Take a pinball game and mix in RPG elements, and what you'll have is an underrated gem called Rollers of the Realm. Much like the Zen pinball games or the not often heard of Metroid Pinball and Odama for the GameCube, where they try and do a little bit more than just your standard pinball game, Rollers of the Realm has you role-playing as characters in a fantasy adventure, where your character is portrayed as a pinball, and the land is filled with bumpers and paddles and all types of minigames and bosses. You begin your adventure as a girl and her dog, making their way into town in order to steal from the villagers. Along the way, she meets a drunken knight, and her dog is stolen. With the help of the knight, she tries to get her dog back, and the adventure begins. Immediately, you'll know that this game is special in how it mixes these two genres. Like in standard pinball, when you hit a bumper or a special switch, it activates a part of the game that gives you points. In Rollers of the Realm, instead of points, you're collecting mana for magic, gold to upgrade your characters, or slamming the pinball into enemies to defeat them in boss battles. Each character you meet in the game has different abilities. Your main character is small and nimble, and can fit into tiny spaces, forcing you to switch off from your more bulkier pinballs, like the knight, who is better suited to killing enemies and breaking obstacles. Another character may have healing abilities, and using that pinball can collect mana faster than the other characters, and you'll be able to revive fallen allies or repair the paddles on the board. Switching from character to character in order to progress through a level this way creates a neat strategy that keeps you engaged, much like a traditional RPG. Unfortunately, the levels are short, but I feel they are satisfying, as progressing through the story isn't long or drawn out. This is especially good for the PlayStation Vita port, where quick bursts of gameplay are great for gaming on the go. Rollers of the Realm is fully voice acted, but it's nothing amazing. It does just enough to get you into this world and story, though I did find myself caring for the characters in a way. Missing a paddle and having the ball pass through feels worse than your standard pinball game. Your characters' lives hang in the balance. The more characters you have though, the more chances you have to revive them. Of course, having them all die is the end of the game, and you'll have to redo all the progress you've made, since any hidden power-ups aren't saved until you win. Graphics as well are serviceable. Nothing amazing, but for a small indie studio, they've done a fantastic job of creating the atmosphere of a medieval fantasy. And the music, although typical, really adds to it also. All in all, Rollers of the Realm is a great mashup of a traditional RPG and pinball games. It's really easy to pick up and play, but once you do, you'll find enough meat to this game that you'll keep playing for hours. If you love pinball games as much as I do, or just want to play something different than the norm, I really recommend playing Rollers of the Realm.